Here we are in Minnesota in the garage of my friend Joe. This is an S19J Pro Bitcoin miner. Joe owns and runs the GorillaSticker.com racing team and has these BMW E36 race cars that he has to upkeep pretty much every month before and after they go out on the track. Now, I'm in Blaine, Minnesota. I grew up in this ridiculously unforgiving place where it's winter for like 8 months out of the year. And I remember trying to do simple things on my beater cars when I owned them back then. But once it starts getting cold up here, your fingers don't want to do anything you tell them to. And laying on a concrete floor is torture. Heating your garage is a luxury, and you can certainly do it. Joe has a furnace right here in this garage, but if he runs it daily, it's basically gonna double his utility cost. So just when it started to feel like at-home Bitcoin mining was a bust, an S19 at the current price of Bitcoin, at the current cost per kilowatt hour of electricity, pretty much just breaks even, or in a lot of places costs you a little bit just to run the thing. Meaning you pay about the same amount of money in electricity to run this thing as you get back in Bitcoin from it. If you use that Bitcoin to pay the electric bill, it's a wash. But another way to say that is that it's completely free to run this machine. And one of the side effects to running a Bitcoin miner is an enormous amount of heat. The other main side effect is noise. But if you've watched my channel in the last couple of months, you know that I've found a couple of ways to overcome that, including this thing. These 3D printed shrouds connect to the front and the back of an S19, and they let you replace the noisy stock fans with these big, quiet inline fans. And this is the newest iteration of it. I mentioned at the end of my old review that I did on this very shroud that I wanted to see one of these companies make one that would handle cooling the PSU as well as the hash boards. And Fruits & Associates has done it. They've designed this very steampunk looking assortment of pipes and dividers that redirects just enough air from the intake of this inline fan and redirects it into the power side of the miner. Now, it's not full-on winter yet up here in Minnesota, but with just one S19 in this garage, and it's been getting down to the 20s and 30s overnight. That's about 0 Celsius for you folks in the rest of the world. With just a single Bitcoin miner, a guy can work in this garage in pretty much total comfort. I'm in a t-shirt. Look, it's 69 degrees ambient temperature in here. One miner. Then there's that whole other thing where when the price of Bitcoin recovers, your garage now turns into a passive income stream, which is nice. Joe's been just putting up with the noise this thing makes for just about a year now. But today we're gonna end all that. And especially up here where it's freezing cold, I think this fan's probably gonna run at like 40%. And the sound of it will be close to unnoticeable. So, let's get this thing installed. We have to take off the stock fans, but to take off the stock fans, you have to take off this top cover and you have to get all the wiring out.
These two?
That one. This thing will come off. Snip the zips on those little guys.
Are they together?
No, there's one is positive, one is negative.
Oh, well, then there's nothing in there anymore.
That's good. Next, whatever's the easiest way, we're gonna just take off these big fans. I've lost so many of those little black screws.
Oh my God!
Okay, so the new, God, I'm having a hard time breathing. Yeah, we're gonna take a break. Take a break, it's real dusty. Step 1, remove stock fans. Sure. Step 2, we're gonna install the fan spoofer. So the Fruits & Associates kit comes with this great little dossier, bunch of hardware, and these little fellas, these little buddies, these little best friends. This little fella is a fan spoofer or a fan simulator. That makes the S19 think that it's got fans on it. If it doesn't detect a fan, it'll just not run so that it doesn't overheat.
Nothing you really program, you just
jam them in there. And importantly, the PSU fans don't need to be spoofed. They'll just run, they don't know.
Okay. Have you ever taken one of these apart?
Yes, I have. Super important that if you don't know what the stuff is inside there, don't touch anything. Because there actually are things in there, if it's been recently plugged in, there's capacitors in there that'll hold electricity and they can zap you pretty good. Get this. These 3 things up here are the 3 fan plugs.
Okay.
Optionally, you can just pluck those things out. Super bonus, you could remove the fans altogether because now they're kind of in the way, but there's no threads on the holes, so you would have to get little nuts and little screws that would fit. Let's put that case back on. So this is 2 pieces now. This thing will just slide into this thing. Oh, yeah. So this is gonna screw onto the screw holes where the fan is.
We probably get rid of these grates, maybe? It's gonna be tough to hold the fans.
Yeah, I am curious.
And then we're getting rid of the grates, I'm assuming?
Yeah, we're getting rid of the grates. We use those same screws though.
And they still lined up.
That's great. This next thing is of utmost importance. Do not use the screws that you took off for the stock fans. Those screws are long, and we're gonna put something in there that's not as fat as the stock fans, and those screws will go in and hit the hash boards and brick your thing. They get provided a little baggie of screws. It's easiest to tip this on its side.
I'm one screw short.
The flat part of the shroud is gonna be on the bottom of the miner, and then the 3 little holes will just fit in there. And that's not a perfect seal. There are 2 screw holes inside the thing. Look at that, they put a little gasket on here. That's real nice. Well, that's the exit.
Yeah,
I don't really know why that needs to be
I feel like the intake should have had the gasket.
John Fruit, you could save a little tiny bit of money by not doing that. That's it, that's the whole installation for the shroud part of it.
So
it looks like Russian nuclear technology to me.
Everything's better when you're part of a team.
This is a little AC infinity fan from Amazon. There are cheaper ones, but I have found, at least so far, that these run nonstop and don't burn out. And I think this kit is actually designed for this fan specifically because this has like a little foot on it, and this sits at the exact right height.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and he gives you a little clamp for it. It doesn't need to be tight, but it should be snug.
Oh yeah, oh that's perfect.
So before any ducting, this is the Fruits & Associates 3D printed shroud kit with the AC Infinity fan. This fan is a little more than double the strength of the stock fans, and it's huge, which means it can run slower than full speed, and it'll be really quiet. I'm gonna turn it on and you'll see the difference. Pay attention to how these arrows face. I've done this literally every time I've ever used, I guess, any fan. What I meant to say is this is the whole kit. Probably don't pick it up by the fan like that. That's probably bad. This is plugged in. I bought you don't need to buy this, but I got this upgraded controller for the fan. It actually has a little temperature probe, which you can tell it to turn on or turn off at a certain temperature, have it speed up if it gets too hot.
Okay.
This probe is this many dollars. I'm turning the thing on. I'm turning your miner on.
You gonna turn the miner on? Okay.
Oh, he's got a hole. He's got an access hole.
Oh yeah. So that's it.
This S19 is now running.
How do you control this fan? What do you typically run yours at?
So in the warehouse in Florida where it's 100 degrees, I can still run this at 6, which is this amount of noise. Way quieter than an S19 normally is. You can just have a conversation in the same room. It won't bother you. Plus the sound is like lower pitched too.
Wow.
But that's with 100 degree ambient air. Right now we're at 60 degree ambient air, so I'm gonna turn this down to 4. Quietly part of the background. Do you have a laptop? We're tapped in. It's been running for 15.5 minutes. We're at a pretty low speed.
Okay.
The thing that I'm noticing is, so this is the upgraded Fruits & Associates shroud. Where's my old one? The old shroud only went through the hash boards and didn't do the PSU, which means that there was more air shooting through there at the same speed. So if you're adding the PSU onto it, your fan's probably gonna have to tick up 1 tick. Not a huge deal unless it's 100 degrees like in my warehouse, then it just gets loud again.
So we're running it at 5 out of 10 right now?
Yeah, so this is running at 50% speed.
Okay.
And
it's so quiet. I mean, this sounds like a fan. This sounds like a fan. I mean, I could run this in my kitchen. This is crazy. It makes mining exciting again. It's like a whole new thing. And it's keeping it, what, 60, 68 degrees?
Our outlet temperatures maximum are 69°C, which is great. I don't ever see that because of my ambient air temperature.
So theoretically, with this fan only running at 50%, we could turn the fan up to 10 and then overclock the miner.
Oh yeah, you could overclock on the air, especially out here where it's like cool in the garage. The ambient air temperature of the garage is 61 degrees.
We should say that it's 32 degrees outside right now.
If you're looking for where to buy Bitcoin mining hardware, there's a link in the description to Musk Miners, my channel sponsor. They sell miners, they host miners at 8.5 cents per kilowatt hour. But if you're looking to heat your garage so you can work on your race car through the winter time, contact Blake. It's hot in a cold place. It's like 30 something degrees outside, but it's like 60 something degrees in here. Winter is coming.